Welcome to this tutorial showing you how to set up and submit Making Tax Digital VAT returns from within Avanti. So the first thing that we need to do to set this up is to go into Company Preferences, either from the navigator here or from the File menu, and select VAT Setup on the left. And now we get this new section for Making Tax Digital with the button that you need to click to authorise Avanti. Just a quick note that the VAT registration number has to be correct. You can have GB before it or whatever space is in there, they will all get stripped out anyway, but just make sure that the main number is correct just in case you've got something in there that's maybe just for reference. So we click this button and it will take us straight to the Hmrc login page. Now this is a test account, so it's not going to be the same as what you will see when you log in, because you'll be logging into your live tax account. It's important to remember as well that this process is not taking you through the process of setting up your VAT account for Making Tax Digital. That's already assumed that you've already done that. This process is to authorise Avanti to submit your VAT returns. So we'll click continue, and you need to log into your account, and I'll just put the password in. Hopefully that's right. Now your process may be more in depth in terms of the steps you've got to take. For example, you may have to do 2 stages of authorization. You may get a message to your mobile phone, etc. But the principle is the same. Eventually you will get to the point where you can grant authority to Avanti ERP to submit your VAT return. So when you're ready, you can just click the grant authority button, and then you get this code, so we can just click the copy button to put it into our clipboard, go back to Avanti, and then we can just then paste that straight into the box that's provided now, and then we can click validate, and then that will go away, and we'll talk to Hmrc server and authorize the link between Avanti and your VAT account. And there we go, authorization is now granted and we're good to go. And then we just get this section here. So we can then click save and close. Okay, so now we need to submit the VAT return. So we'll go to our VAT return option from the reports menu as usual. Okay, and what you'll notice here is that there's no VAT returns listed, and at the moment we've got a checkbox that says list open returns only. So if you want to see past returns, you just untick that and then you'll get a drop down. There's nothing in there at the moment. This is just a test sample account. But if you want to retrieve your VAT returns, your open VAT returns, what Hmrc calls obligations, then we need to click this button here that says retrieve open returns. So when you click that, it will then go away and Avanti will talk to Hmrc and retrieve any open returns that are due or that are soon to be due. So click that button. And we get this one here. Now, again, in this particular case, we're not going to be submitting a live VAT return. We're talking to Hmrc's test servers here with this one, and that's what it gets us back, which is quite old, but still that's what it gets us back. So that will give us, if there's more than one, it will return them in this list, but at the moment there's only one, so it's populated that option there. So when we're ready, we just click calculate as we would before, and that go away and get our figures. And obviously we can do what we need to do to validate those figures by drilling into each box and what have you to see that. When you're ready to submit to Hmrc, you can just click the submit button, and we get this message just letting you know really that this is, that once it's submitted it is final, and that it will save the VAT return so that you can retrieve it later on. So you sure you want to finalise and submit the VAT return? Yes. And then you get the final stage, which is this legally obligated message that we have to give, just to let you know that you confirm to submit your VAT return. Just tick that box, and then just a little box there. This piece of information isn't submitted to Hmrc. It's just something that we record to make sure that there's something recorded in the background. Just so you know as well, there's been a lot of conjecture about what actually gets submitted to Hmrc. We can assure you that all that gets submitted is the 9 figures in these boxes. Okay, no transactions go over the wire, purely just these 9 box figures, and that's it. Okay, so we will just say put somebody's initials in there, and then when we're ready we can just click confirm, and this just goes away and submits your VAT return. It takes a couple of seconds, and there we go, submitted successfully. Okay, and then it gives us a few pieces of information about what's happened, the receipt ID that HMRC's returned, the date and time when their servers received it, and another charge reference which is to do with payments. Sometimes that'll be displayed, sometimes it won't, depending on what the status of the return is and what we get back from HMRC. So we can do that. If we want to see those details again in the future, we can just click this button here for details, and that just gives us, that's the status that HMRC returns, which is fulfilled, when the original due date was, when it was submitted, etc. So you can get those details there as well. And then in the future, that return will not be applicable on there because it no longer is an open return. And that's how you would set up Making Tax Digital with an Avanti, how to retrieve your VAT returns and how to submit the VAT returns. Very, very straightforward. Hope you found this useful, and thank you for watching.